So, hello everybody. This is a new installation of Taskinator, and you're not accustomed to me speaking English, but we have Chicago on the line, and so we'll have to do that. And we are talking with Henry James Vasquez, well, now I told you one thing that I wanted to ask him. Who are you and what do you do, Henry?
Hi there. I'm Henry Vasquez. I am the CEO of Tribe. We are a new startup that just came out of the Techstars Accelerator program in Chicago. Tribe is a productivity tool built for independent teams. So we've made it extremely easy to task with anyone that you work with, and they can use their email and they don't have to sign up for the tool for you to collaborate.
Yep, I found that a very interesting thing that in all the other tools, you first have to get everybody onto some platform that they're not accustomed to look at, especially when you work in those as you say, those free teams and those flexible teams. And it's very annoying. And then you put in the tasks and nobody checks them and whatever. And the nice thing about tribe.do, I found that you just send somebody an email, you CC it or you BCC to tribe.do, and then it will know you CC it, right? And it's in the system, and you can interact with the task from tribe.do. Can we let's see if we can see that on your. By the way, I especially liked your onboarding process because. Usually with the onboarding, you get a little video that explains things, but here in tribe.do, you get a little course where you really interact with the system, and it tells you where to click and everything. And then I tried to show it to somebody, and I failed because I was already on board and couldn't show the onboarding system. So that was a pity, So I'm just going to share my screen, and maybe no, I'll do it another way. Just a second. Do I put it here and share this screen so I can still see you? Let's see. Oh well, hello, mouse. Where are you? Okay, and then. Whoop. That's the way it starts, and I think right now you have you do have an app, but you also do have a web platform, and lots of the interaction is even done by mail. Maybe you could explain. I mean, it's not that the world really needed still another productivity tool, right? I mean, it's not that we have a dire want, like let's have another platform for tasks. So maybe could you help us? What was it you didn't like with other tools, and what is the problem, or what is the new idea with tribe.do?
Yep. So in my past position, I was doing software consulting for companies, and I was working with larger corporations. I was working with organizations like the University of Chicago and with Mercedes. And what I noticed is that when they worked with people inside of their team, they all had productivity tools that they were using. Think of this as kind of like having a really great telephone conferencing system that you use for your internal team. But as soon as they went out and worked with someone in another department or worked with someone outside of their organization, it was like going back and using an old, poor quality system, because they would all fall back to email. I found that really interesting, despite having things like Salesforce and Basecamp and Asana and Podio and all these other tools, that people still relied heavily on email. What we found is that everyone has a different way of organizing their tasks and organizing their information. And without the authority of an internal team and a boss, we run into a problem when we want to work with a new person. We have to create this negotiation around how we're going to organize our tasks. with Tribe, we wanted to make that negotiation go away by using a common language. It's something very simple that we all can understand, and building that bridge between the different walled gardens that you have in productivity. So that's why we exist. We exist for the same reason that we have a currency exchange, or the same reason that there's translation tools between German and English, because there are too many different languages, and that's okay. We shouldn't force everyone to use the same system. We should make it easier to talk between different systems.
Yeah, and there are some really nice ideas in Tribe that we can't show at the moment. Or do you have anything set up where we could see some interaction? Maybe the other Oliver can think about it.
Let me.
But like, yeah, I mean you. Oh yeah.
I'm happy to show you a little bit. Is it cool?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's do a little screen share.
Yeah, that's the green button, right? And then you have to say, yeah, it already works. Right, that sounds good.
We good?
Yep.
So what we have here is this is a blown up version of our mobile app. So we have it in a display mode so that you can see
yep.
a little easier than being on the phone. So what you have here, it looks a lot like your email inbox. We like to think of it as your task mailbox. So it's all the tasks in your email, but no marketing messages and no password resets. So it's a nice way to see what you have to do. If you look here, we've got the inbox, the sent, and all put together. This is a unique experience that you won't be able to get in your regular email, which is to actually have the things you've sent to other people and the tasks that people have sent to you in one place. So oftentimes we forget about the sent folder and we lose track of the things we asked other people.
But that's in GTD. It's what you use waiting for or delegated. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So I'll show you quickly how you can create a task, and yeah, actually I'll go ahead and do that. So what you can do here is you can search through your contacts and people you've talked with before, and in this list we have people who've used Tribe, and we also have people who haven't used Tribe. So that's kind of the magic, is that they don't have to adopt the system. So I pick their email, and let's say we want to send one to you right now. We can say, try out this task, and maybe we want to customize the message. So we'll say, this is fun. Thanks for having us on. Try out this task, and we've got some of this other metadata here. Maybe we want to add an attachment. So we will go ahead and we'll put a black version of the Tribe logo in there. And then we'll fire it off. And what we just did is we just created an email for you. And, and now you can interact with that email just by tapping some of the buttons that are provided on your end. So
we actually might have to wait a little because that email is somewhat indirect. Let's see.
We can also try another one.
Yeah, just a second. Maybe it's already here. No, it's not. Try oliver.gassner@gmail.com. That's the direct one, because this one is a forward and it has some issues. Yeah, right. It's usually fast enough for everything else, but for live demos, it's not really. It's not really. This was fun, right?
So we'll do that attachment so you can get it. And so now you have two. You can actually merge those accounts together. We didn't like the idea that you have all these different logins in tools, and so we instead made it more people focused than company focused. You set up an account, and then you can join a company, but the company doesn't control your account. They can just control the tasks that you work on. So you can link together email addresses, and let me know when you get that.
Yeah, it's here. Let's now I'll go back actually, and share my screen so that you can have fun with all my email. Okay, we need, let's see, we need this screen. And I say yes. And here it is, yeah, here on the top. Here's your task. And then I open it, and that's what I really maybe increase the size a little. You can see it, right?
We're stuck on.
It's shared or not?
It looks like you
have it says just a second.
Which one to?
Oops. Just to see, something is not working. I have my screen. Maybe I did the wrong screen. Just a second. Well, it should be this one. Teilen. Yes, show for everybody. So now it should work. Second. Okay, now you should see it, right?
Yeah, so I see the screen share of the Google Hangout screen of me.
Okay.
So menus.
There's something wrong here, but I don't know what, because I'm actually sharing the screen. Freigabe beenden, ausblenden. Now you should be seeing my desktop, right?
We're just seeing the Hangouts view right now.
Oh, strange. What's wrong here? Something's wrong. Okay, Einblendung stoppen. Freigabe. This is screen number 2. Share. Für alle einblenden.
Oh, you're sharing it now, I think.
Oh, he's got the Hangouts window.
So it still doesn't work?
I think.
Okay, let's do something else. I have another idea. That's kind of silly. Okay, now we do it this way. I put.
There we go.
I'll put the mail over there. So like we did before, because then it's gonna work. And then we say share. Just a second. So here we go. Zip. Okay. Now it works. Now it works. Okay, so let's go one back. Yeah, here's the mail by Oliver. Here's your task. I open the mail and I see this was fun. Here's your task, due soon. That could either comment or I could say, oh yeah, oh great, I saw the mail. I see the attachment. It's not inline, okay. I see the attachment as a link. And I can mark the task done, yeah, because I saw the mail.
Yeah, go ahead.
Transport it.
Yeah, mark done. Try it out.
You should see that now, right?
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Okay, yeah. So we will let Oliver, that's now a little confusing because the other Oliver is also called Oliver. We will let Oliver know this. Task is done. Now I could still add a comment. I could say, thanks, smiley. I could even add another file, which I'm not gonna do, and send it. Yeah, if you were a customer, I'd add an invoice or something like that. Yeah, I could even send the invoice this way, right? Okay, and then I can view all my tasks. I think there shouldn't be a whole lot because I didn't use that mail address, right?
So now it'll be in the done folder. You go to the bottom.
That's which one? Because that screen is a little far from where I sit. Sorry, I can't see the other screen. Ah, here's the done.
Yeah.
Here it is. Yeah. Ah, okay. That's also nice that you see what you don't have to do anymore. Yeah. And I found that, and the other nice thing I found is, so we are totally platform free here, right? People are just you know what? You saw that now, but nobody else did, because it was only because I had you on all the time. But we can at least show it again. Yeah, here is the mail that I got, and I say mark it done. Now I'm marking it done a second time. And I can add a comment. Yeah, some complicated things are sometimes happening in Google+.
So we, one of the things that I think would be helpful to remind everyone is that you were able to interact there and you didn't have to create a password or sign in.
Yep, it's just all that. You know what? When you described it, I realized a good way to pitch what you're doing, because you're doing a PayPal for tasks. Because the revolutionary thing, I mean, there you have to create an account, but in the beginning it was totally revolutionary. The revolutionary thing about PayPal was you could just send money to a mail account, and the person in the first place didn't have to have a PayPal account to get money. They only had to receive, had to have the mail account to then send to the PayPal account to do anything with that money. Yeah, but in a way, there was the same idea. Just use the mail account as the interaction platform, as the identifier for the person either getting the task or getting the money. Yeah. So that's in a way that's rather similar. Now I know why it didn't work to add a comment, because I clicked on the video screen and not on this one. Sending a smiley, and I send, and you get it back. And what is it? Once a day, I get a summary of all my open tasks, right?
Yep. So you can get a number of different reports. The most common ones are a daily digest of your tasks that are sorted by importance. And then we also send a weekly report that shows you all the things you completed. And it also shows you how well you did in terms of against the how you rank in terms of the tribe community. So it'll say,
okay,
you were in the top 5 most productive people, or 10%, that sort of thing. Okay.
And now the standard case that we now used was one person is sending another person a task. But very often I'm sending myself that task. So I would then have to create it in the platform, right?
No, so you could also, there's 2 different ways you can do that. You can write any email and send it to task@tribe.do instead of CC. And that will add it to your list and create the task. And additionally, you can forward any email that someone else sends you into Tribe, and it will create a task from that email.
Okay. So by the fact that I am the person sending it, it knows, okay, it's a task for me because nobody else is addressed in that mail, right? So if I send a mail just to tribe.do, then it's task@tribe.do, right?
Yeah.
So it knows. Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that now. Okay, let's do that as a last. Let's do that as a last demo. Let's go here, and let's open mail. And how do I merge the 2 mail addresses now? Because that makes sense for me to have those 2 mail addresses as one. How do I do that?
So there's a couple ways. You can click the little Tribe logo when you're on that mobile page. You can click the little Tribe logo, and then there's a gear where you can add it. Otherwise, you can go into the bottom of any tribe email, and then there's an edit account preferences link that will take you to that place.
Okay, so I'm writing my mail. I'm writing the mail to task@tribe.do. What I want to do is merge my mail accounts on Tribe. Edit. And I say send. And now I can check my tasks. Oh, not yet.
It might take a second.
Yeah. It has to cross the Atlantic first. It's gonna take some time. Okay, let's check later, but I don't. I might. I don't know what I used to send the mail. Yeah, what sending address it was, but then I can use this. Which one is the edit one? That's I have to use my other screen because the smaller screen is too small here. Important. What is it? Rotting, urgent. Here I click the tribe logo. Okay, and then I can I click the gear logo and I say primary email, alternate mail address, add mail address og@ogok.de, and I say enter. Okay. Now OGOK is getting another confirmation mail, which again will take some time. Okay, but
so Oliver, I have to ask you, is this something that
has arrived? Yeah.
I'm listening. That you think that Europeans would like to use?
It's hard to say. The problem is that, as you say, many. I think it's pretty nifty. It's pretty cool, and I think it's especially interesting for people that. Now I'm totally confused. What screen our conversation is at? Here we go. I think especially for freelancers or people who work in pretty flexible teams, and I think it's also helpful really for people in companies that work with many external companies. Yeah, if you tell them, hey, here you have a platform where you don't need to install anything, where you don't need a password, where you don't need to get approval from IT, to have a collaboration platform with external staff. So this might be pretty helpful. This might be even helpful for families. Yeah, so I can send my son a task, and then I have to call him and tell him to check his email because
yeah.
He's
so speaking of the personal use, we have a lot of people who do that, and one of the things that we've heard from people is they want SMS notifications, or they want to be able to task people with text messages as well.
I think SMS is pretty much dead in at least in Germany, because usually those people who use SMS a lot, they rather use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is pretty big in Germany. Although people has SMS flats in their contracts, in their mobile contracts by now, so it's really hard to say if that would be a requirement. Yeah, even Twitter moved away from SMS.
Yeah.
I assume that people using this thing would rather use an app or a mobile page on their mobile. Yeah, and I think even that even mobile pages can push, right?
Yeah, if you can set it up. You can do it.
Yeah, I think the mobile page on a mobile, I think if it's open, it can push. I think. Not sure. I'm not a techie. But I hear that right now you have the iPhone app and you're working on the Android app. So you covered by then you covered the whole mobile market, and I assume actually that people using this would install it on their mobile, and then usually it's not a problem with corporate mobiles because people might use it on their personal mobile or whatever. It's all depending on the rules they have in their companies. Yeah, if the companies say no business stuff on your personal mobile, then it's gonna be hard. Yeah. Those people who are flexible, I think the system is nice, slim, and beautiful. So people might use it if they don't have a working system yet. Yeah, or if it could be, for example, it could be a really cool waiting for a system that you use when you do a lot of email. Yeah, so when you manage all your other tasks elsewhere, but you could if you have a running GTD system, then you can use it as a waiting for system. So you always know that people get pestered about the tasks they haven't done yet for you every day. I might try to use that for especially hard cases. Have you tried it with larger companies already?
Yeah, we have
if they want to use it.
Yeah, we have a few teams within larger companies that are trying it out. Right now, they're all going through a pilot program, and they're actually they use it cross-platform. They use the email and the mobile, but they're also using the pro version. So we didn't really talk about this yet, but we do have a paid version.
I was going to ask how you're going to make money because right now there's nothing where there's no coin slot at the moment, right?
Yeah, so the email and the mobile products will be free, and we have a larger desktop product that is $10 a month, and so that product has a bunch of awesome features that you might be familiar with from larger task management tools, and it still has the magic that you can task anyone and then all they do is email. But it gives you that power to take things like meeting notes and process from the spreadsheet and create a whole project and monitor the progress of something as well.
And that's $10 per month per seat. But not per seat of user or per seat of not per person I am sending a task to.
No, so those it's only per pro user. So you can anyone in the free version, and you won't get charged for that. I'm happy to show you really quickly what.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at the pro version. I was going to ask about that anyway. Let's see like this. Okay.
So you're able to see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. So you've got
everybody else does too for a change. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the same thing you had before, where you have different tribes for different things. You could have personal, you could have work, and then you have your inbox. And if you want to create a quick task, you just say, "Here's a task," and you notice how if I wanted to task Oliver, I could go back in and say, "Here's a task." And so what we'll do, I'll show you a fun little shortcuts here.
Okay, you have shorthand for putting it in a certain. What would a tribe correspond to? That's kind of a working group or a.
Yes. So it could be a team that you're on. You could have a tribe for the entire company if you had a bunch of people. That can get. We don't usually recommend that. So typically the team that you're working with, or could do it for a temporary project if you just wanted to get a unique group of people together for a project. All you do is you throw the hashtag on there, and then you can control that tribe.
Okay.
So you can see a little bit of detail, and
that's gonna be too small even on the full screen video, but yeah.
And then we've got this fun view called Load View, and what this shows is it shows you how much you've been getting done, so you can kind of see what.
Okay. And the smaller and the larger blobs, what do they refer to? I mean, some of those blobs are small and some are larger.
Oh, on this one right here.
Was that?
Yeah. So
some
more
are longer and others are shorter.
Yeah. So the larger tasks will have. Let's say that you had a task that had 3 tasks inside of it, then it would be it's like a 3.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, this might be a problem in Germany. I don't know. I mean, Europe is big, yeah, and we have lots of rules that are for everybody. But in Germany, it's going to be a problem because if you install a system monitoring the work efficiency of your employees, you will have to discuss that with the Betriebsrat. That's kind of the thing that's connected to the unions. Yeah, unions in Europe and US work totally differently, I seem to have understood. But that's a union thing then. If you install any system that monitors the efficiency of your employees, so you might think about make that provide that with an off-on switch.
That's a valuable insight. Thanks for sharing that. We don't have quite the same system in the US, so.
Yeah, I understood that much. Yeah. It's kind of absurd, but how much somebody works inside a company is also protected by privacy in Europe. So you can criticize them for what they didn't do, but as soon as you install a measuring system, that's hard. Okay, so this is a okay. You can create meeting notes. Okay, and you can make every line a task. So when so the blue thing in the beginning is making something a task, right?
Yeah. So if you want to,
it's already assigning it to a person.
Yeah. So we have it default to yourself, and then if you want to change the name of who.
Okay, you can. Okay, that's actually pretty cool because that's also something that GTD talks about a lot. Yeah, you come out of a meeting and you wonder, oh, did I just get a task? And here, actually, at the end of the meeting, when you're back at your seat, you'll already have the tasks from the meeting in your system.
Yeah, so we have this nice little summary email as well. And what you can see here is it's a regular email, and it's got all the tasks, and it can include whoever you want. And when you send that off, it will actually create all the tasks that we had listed here and include the notes around it.
Okay. So only when you say now the meeting is over.
Yep. Yeah. So you can create the tasks.
It's going to create. Okay. You can create them. Okay.
And then, or you can choose to send a follow-up email and do them together.
Okay. Yeah. And the received email will also have those tasks in an interactive way in it, or in an interactive way in it, or is it? It's not one of those smart emails that you get with the I already did this button.
So right, what we want to do.
Okay, can you show me the mail that you just created?
Yeah. So what it will look like is this. This is a brand new feature. So this is in beta. I'm actually showing you something new.
Okay, that's nice.
Our goal is to have this email. So this email will send out. It works right now. But what we want is we want each person to get a unique email that has only their tasks highlighted with the
Okay.
button. So
yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Make it really easy to quickly browse and figure out what you need to do, and then you can pull those tasks out and check them off as you finish them.
That's pretty cool. That's very nice. That's gonna make meetings, or that's gonna increase the efficiency of what the meeting is supposed to achieve very much. Yeah, and nothing's gonna get lost if somebody does that. And this meeting minutes, is that something that only one person does, or are those meeting minutes kind of a collaboration space?
So right now it doesn't have live synchronization like Google Docs.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be quite a bit of engineering to handle that. So
I assume
maybe
that.
down the road. So right now what we say is someone is the meeting master, and that's
Okay.
the person who uses this. If you want to, a lot of people, what they do is they take notes in a meeting in a Google Doc, and then at the very end, copy and paste it into here. And that very quickly distribute it in terms of tasks, follow-up email.
This is extremely cool, I must say. This is a very nice idea. And if you have many of those in the Pro product, I assume at least that the Pro product will be very successful. And I really like that your basic product is for free, because I very often talk to startups and they say, yeah, this is our basic product, and after you can test it for 1 month, and then it's going to cost 20 euros or whatever a month. And I say, hey guys, you want users? Yeah, nobody is able to really understand a product in 1 month if they're not using it all the time. Yeah? But here I see that you have a very useful basic product, and it looks like a very cool Pro product. That is probably worth more than the $10 a seat, but I mean that's a fair price, yeah, because
Thank you.
Maybe you can later do a Pro Galactic Super Duper version that even does even more things for $29.99 a month or something. Yeah, this looks very good, and it was a very good idea to just ask Oliver to set up a talk.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay, we're a little past the 30 minutes that we wanted to talk, but actually, I have to ask one more question. I mean, everybody could have supposed that Chicago has a startup scene, but it's not really a thing that we hear a lot about Silicon Valley. We hear even a little bit about New York. We even hear about American startups that are done in Berlin or in London. But I haven't had Chicago on my screen yet. Can you tell us a little bit about this? Just give us a teaser and maybe platforms to look at where we can discover other cool startups from Chicago.
Yeah. So I've been in the Chicago startup scene for 6 years, and it's very new and it's young, but it's growing quickly. I think it's now the 6th largest in the U.S. And a good place to find startups for in Chicago. There's actually a couple that are in the unicorn status level. If you go to Built in Chicago, there's a website Built in Chicago, and you can find everything that's sort of happening in the area. So that's a nice place to see.
I'm just putting it on the other screen, and this time I will hopefully be a little more successful. And it's really hard to do all this video stuff when you don't have a technology crew around you. Lip, dip, and dip. Yep, this one.
Yep.
What's the most famous startup from Chicago that we all know, or maybe one of those unicorns we should know, right?
Yeah. Well, Groupon is probably the most successful startup in the city. They're a public company now. We had a business called Braintree, which was acquired by PayPal, and they're a very large payment processor like Stripe.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
They are. Yeah, I talked to one of their evangelists. They sponsored our bar camp. Braintree is great. Yeah.
Grubhub is a local food ordering delivery service.
Okay.
And we actually have one called Raise. Raise is a gift card secondary market. So if you want to sell the gift cards that you don't want to use, you can sell them.
Okay.
On Raise. So.
Okay. How is that spelled?
RAISE.
That's the problem you sometimes have, right? That you get gift cards and you don't really know what to do with them.
Yep.
Huh? The internet is slow. Okay. That's got to be very helpful for everybody after Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for also giving us this little peek into the Chicago startup scene. And
thank you.
And I'm really motivated to do even more of those hangouts with startups. Not all. I also have another series. It's called, the German name is Netzstimmen. The English would be Net Voices. And there I do also quite some, just sometimes talking about net culture, like today with a friend, but also with interesting startups.
Yeah.
Okay, Henry.
All
the best to you.
Yeah.
If there are news about tribe.do, you or Oliver, please drop me a line. And
we'll keep you updated, and then you can let all your listeners know. In the meantime, they're welcome to check out tribe.do. So.
Right. Go there, check it out, send some people tasks and make them get reminders every day. I think that's a very, very helpful function. Okay. Henry, bye. Have a nice weekend. I'm actually starting my weekend now, but I think you have to work 6 more hours or so before you're allowed to.
Yep.
Okay.
Take care. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Gott, meine Maus. Ich versuche das jetzt hier gerade zu beenden, aber meine Maus mag mich nicht. Hallo? Okay, bye everybody. Don't drink so much. See you.